C. Wright Mills' historical imagination and sociological methodology. C. Wright Mills was a sociologist with a unique way of understanding the world. One of his most interesting contributions to sociology is his idea of the historical imagination, and how it connects to sociological methodology. If you are wondering what that means, do not worry, let us break it down into simpler terms. Mills believed that to truly understand society and the people in it, you need to think about the big picture. This big picture includes three main parts: history, biography, and the structure of society. When you combine these parts, you get what Mills called the historical imagination. This is the ability to see how individual lives are shaped by larger historical and societal forces. For example, think about how the invention of the internet has changed the way people live their lives, from how they work to how they socialize. Mills wanted people to think about these kinds of connections when trying to understand society. To make this idea easier to grasp, imagine you are watching a movie about someone's life. You see the choices they make, the struggles they face, and the victories they achieve. But in the background, there is also the context of their time and place. Maybe the person lived during a war, or maybe they were part of a social movement. These historical and societal factors play a huge role in shaping their story. Mills wanted us to see life in this way, not just as individual choices, but as part of a bigger narrative that is influenced by history and society. Mills believed that sociologists should not just study people in isolation. Instead, they should study people as part of a larger system. To do this, Mills argued that sociologists need a solid methodology, which is just a fancy word for the way they do their research. According to Mills, the best sociological methodology combines the historical imagination with rigorous analysis. This means looking at the past to understand how it influences the present while also carefully studying data and evidence. One of the key things Mills emphasized was the importance of asking the right questions. For example, instead of just asking, "Why is someone unemployed?" Mills would suggest asking, "What are the historical and social factors that contribute to unemployment?" By asking bigger and deeper questions, you can uncover patterns and connections that might not be obvious at first glance. Mills also believed that sociologists should be critical thinkers who challenge the status quo. He did not want sociologists to just accept the world as it is. Instead, he wanted them to question it, analyze it, and propose ways to make it better. For Mills, sociology was not just an academic exercise, it was a tool for social change. Another important aspect of Mills' methodology was his focus on connecting the personal with the political. He believed that individual struggles are often connected to larger societal issues. For example, if someone is struggling with debt, Mills would encourage us to look at the broader economic system and policies that contribute to widespread financial difficulties. By making these connections, Mills aimed to show how personal problems are often public issues. Mills also criticized some sociologists of his time for being too focused on abstract theories and numbers. While he acknowledged the importance of data, he argued that sociology should also be relatable and understandable to everyday people. He believed that sociologists should write and speak in a way that engages the public, not just other academics. This is why Mills' work is still accessible and relevant to people outside the field of sociology. Another key point in Mills' historical imagination is the idea of agency versus structure. Agency refers to the ability of individuals to make their own choices and shape their lives. Structure refers to the larger systems and institutions that influence those choices, like education, government, and culture. Mills believed that both agency and structure are important, but he wanted people to focus on how structures shape individual lives. For example, think about how access to quality education can open doors for some people while a lack of education can limit opportunities for others. Mills wanted to study these kinds of dynamics to better understand how society works. Mills also talked about the sociological imagination, which is closely related to the historical imagination. While the historical imagination focuses on understanding the role of history in shaping society, the sociological imagination is about understanding the relationship between individual experiences and larger societal forces. Together, these ideas form a powerful way of thinking about the world. To use Mills' historical imagination in real life, start by thinking about the bigger picture in any situation. If you are trying to understand a problem, like inequality, do not just look at the surface. Think about the historical events, cultural norms, and social structures that contribute to the issue. Ask yourself questions like, how did we get here, and what can we learn from history to make things better? Mills' ideas are especially relevant today because we live in a world that is constantly changing. From climate change to technological advancements, there are countless examples of how historical and societal forces shape our lives. By using Mills' methodology, we can better understand these changes and work towards solutions that benefit everyone. In summary, Wright Mills' historical imagination and sociological methodology are about looking at the big picture. They encourage us to see the connections between individual lives, history, and society, and to use this understanding to create positive change. Mills believed that sociology should be practical, relatable, and focused on making the world a better place. His ideas remind us to think critically, ask big questions, and never stop searching for answers. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about sociology and social issues, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that inspires curiosity and critical thinking. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching.